Successful people often have peculiar habits. They think differently and are often planned and more motivated than most people. Successful people are also careful. They know that habits are formed from actions repeated over time. They therefore avoid doing things they know can affect them negatively in the long run. Successful people also are more likely to have a healthy routine than most people. In this video, I'm going to share with you 13 things successful people will never say. 1. I cannot. Success comes from confidently pursuing one's goals, even when there is absolutely no reason to feel confident. A successful person believes not just in himself, but in others. He believes that if given the right amount of time, anything is possible. A successful person, therefore, will hardly say he cannot. Saying so can close his mind to the limitless possibilities that abound. The phrase, I cannot, is an affirmation of defeat. It means the person who says it is not ready to see how he can do it. In your workplace, it is really not a good idea to tell your supervisor or boss that you cannot do something, especially if it is within your area of work. Instead, find creative ways to get the job done. Trying to do this is resourcefulness, and that in itself is a skill. Successful people are very resourceful. 2. That is not how we do it. This is something you will not hear a lot of successful people say. How a thing is done has little consequences on the result. What is essential is the component or the process. For example, how you dress to work may have minimal impact on how much work output you can produce within a period. A lot of people are stuck on this phrase. Usually, they call out others who do not conform to their traditional approach to doing things. A successful person understands that he may have to work with people from diverse cultures and disciplinary backgrounds. He tries to accommodate their views and their ways of doing things as long as it achieves the desired result. He mainly ensures he encourages innovation wherever possible. He does not shut down change, because that is not how they do things. Shutting down innovations may well ensure you never succeed even. 3. I will never forgive you. Successful people value their mental health a lot. They know if they are not fine mentally, they will accomplish very little. They know that refusing to let go of the past can keep them in the past. They forgive and let go. They do not say, I will never forgive you, because they know that they will always remember the hurt and make them unhappy for a long time. People who are not so successful often say this. It keeps them in mental bondage. Why recall unpleasant memories at all? They have very little value, really. Saying this phrase consistently can form a pattern of malice and breed unhappiness. Many of the people we are mad at are often oblivious to the people who are angry at them, or even why. Sometimes it is really pointless. By letting go, you do yourself a big favor. Your mind should be occupied with more productive things, like being in the presence of those that love you and working on your dream. 4. I could have. People who say this are usually those who could have done more. Successful people do not say this. They seize opportunities that come their way and make the best of it. Regrets are a consequence of wasted opportunities. Successful people are not immune to mistakes, but they always learn from them. They ensure they never have a reason to wish they could have done things differently. Regret ultimately makes us unhappy. People who regret a lot are probably not making use of the opportunities they have. Regrets left unforgiven have little productive value. The more you have it, the less you ultimately accomplish. Successful people know this, and they avoid the phrase. When we say things continuously, they program our minds to see things that way. If we continually say we are powerful, we will ultimately see ourselves that way. If we often say the things we regret and see our current selves as failures, we will also eventually become that. 5. I have no choice. There is a truth that is very fundamental that most people avoid because accepting it is not convenient. We all have a choice. Successful people do not say they don't have an opportunity. They know they do, and they are not afraid to take responsibility for their decisions. People who say they do not or do not have a choice are usually trying to avoid responsibilities for their action. Unless one was under duress when they acted, the person always has a choice. A person who evaded tax worth millions of dollars cannot claim he did not have a choice because the board of directors insisted. Learn to accept responsibility for your choices. If you do, you will likely make better ones going forward. 6. I will do it later. The fastest way to kill a dream is to procrastinate over it. Successful people do not do this. They know that they have to work consistently on their goals to make a difference. People who say they will do it later a lot usually end up doing very little. If you have something you want to do, do it now. You will realize that it may not be perfect in the initial stage, but there is a propelling power in starting. When you begin, you will finish. Give it time. Continually postponing your plans, while essential, in some instances, may hamper your growth and level of productivity. 7. I quit. Successful people seldom quit from pursuing their goals. They never say they quit. They understand that succeeding requires discipline and a thick skin for failure. Saying they quit often will only make them more laid back. People who say they'll quit a lot are often unwilling to undertake any discomfort to achieve their goals. What does it really mean to quit? What does saying you quit do to you? Just how much discomfort are you willing to take to get what you want? Successful people never quit. If you're going to be successful, never quit following your dreams because you have encountered some difficulties. 8. It is not my job. Successful people understand that growth sometimes requires one to undertake different roles. They welcome opportunities to learn something new and embrace the challenge. People who say things are not their job have a closed mind to learning. They resist any attempt to bring them into a team that functions across different work segments. They are very okay with their jobs. While there is nothing wrong with sticking to your job, being flexible is a great attitude to work. You may be a software engineer and be asked to support the IT department from time to time. 9. It is hard. Is there really any good thing that comes easy? Successful people know this and are prepared to work very hard. They don't expect quick returns and are content to hit their targets daily. People who are not so successful think things are tough and are not willing to endure for a long time. How long does it take to attain financial freedom? It takes as long as it should. It really depends on the individual. Do not beat yourself up for not having all the answers. Some things just do not happen overnight. Saying things are hard actually makes them hard. When you always say this, you're less likely to find creative ways to solve problems because you already think they are hard. 10. I can't wait. There is truly nothing that cannot wait. If you didn't have a big goal right now, or for the next year, will you live? The answer is undoubtedly yes. Why say then that you cannot wait? Successful people know that everything good comes in its time and are patient in their approach to work and life. People who are not so successful always want things to happen their way. They consequently say they cannot wait a lot. 11. I am okay where I am. People who say they are okay where they are when they can have more are usually not motivated enough to push for more. Successful people do not settle. They aspire for greater heights and are never satisfied with a status quo that does not reflect their dreams. They never say they are okay where they are. 12. I hope I will succeed. Successful people know that hope is not a strategy. They therefore do not say they hope to succeed. Hoping cannot help anyone achieve any goals. They understand this perfectly. They work very hard on their goals and rely on their discipline, planning, strategy, and wisdom to achieve their goals. They may hope for better things, but they never just stop there. If you never say any of these things, you may well be more successful than you think. If this video inspired you, subscribe to our channel. We love you.